All right. Welcome to tonight's call. We're so excited for this. Michelle and I have been really doing, we've already had like two calls this week, just mapping things out, brainstorming, planning things, and some really interesting things have happened since just like last week. And I just want to share this because I think it's so important. I was talking to Christy Hucks today, and it's just like no matter where you are in your business, in your personal development, in your accolades, what you've accomplished, what you've overcame, and then the trials that you're facing and what you're trying to kind of work through, right? And no matter your success, whatever you've done, it doesn't matter your how much experience you have, if you have great experience or little experience, we are all going to get discouraged, disappointed. We're all going to sort of get in our head and make things up. And that energy, I'm just going to tell you, and Michelle can admit to this too, because we've talked about it a lot. It will get in your way and it will affect your business and it will affect your productivity. It will affect your actions. It will affect the story that you tell yourself whether or not you're going to succeed or if this is a waste of whatever it is. Okay. And I'm not saying all of that stuff was what we were having. I'm just saying it doesn't matter because whether you're Christy Hucks or you're someone that's brand new, or you're me or Michelle or Kim or Sierra or Vicente. Like we all have those things to work through and we're all doing this together. And something that's so powerful about this that we have to remember, and I'm going to tell you the little shift we had, but something that's so important about this that we need to remember and not forget is that we're all starting together from the beginning. And it's really cool to be a part of something where nobody has an upper hand. Nobody has, like, everyone has just this even playing ground. We're all coming in, we're all having to do the work and learn and grow together. Now, the shift that kind of happened and I won't go into every little detail, but for me, I've felt just like I like to lead. I like to pour into our team. I like to run calls and do the things that I've done all these years. But with everything that I've had from my previous business with Green Compass, and I can just be really honest in saying, it's really just messed with me on my moving forward, what this looks like. It's almost like I've been half in and half out. And you can't be all in. I mean, you can't be all in if you're half out, right? And not that everyone's business is going to look the same and that you guys need to be all in. That's not what I'm saying. It's going to depend on your goals. But I just had a realization. Really, it's funny how all this came about, but I had a realization when they announced the charter affiliate thing because to be really honest, it's going to be like a stretch for
Mm,
me to hit that. And I don't mean that in a negative way or like I don't know, lack of belief. It's just the fact of the matter, it's going to take a lot of work. And they said that. They're like, this is going to take work. Michelle has big goals. This is going to take work. And a lot of you guys have big goals and it's going to take work. And I think the biggest thing is like I shared a post about this, but it's like if we don't have the goal, if we don't set the goal, then we can't there's nothing to go from. There's nothing to go from if if we don't set the goal and create the action and put it in place, then the goal is just, I don't know what it is, what you would even call it, just floating out in here doing nothing, right? But you have to be driven behind that. And something has shifted inside me. And ironically enough, in Michelle, and we just work closer together, you guys might resonate with this, but I've just been distracted. I've been struggling with noise, noise on social media, noise up here, and all the things. And I just had this realization of, and I was talking to Christy about this today, but it's just like, if there was anywhere to build, and these were her words, and she's a little bit biased because she created this a lot of this, and but she's truthful, she's brutally honest, she's incredible, she is just has a genuine heart. But she said if there's anywhere to build, it would be here. Because if you compare comp plans and you compare timing and you compare the niche that we have with skincare, this is huge, you guys. And so I just want to share that a little bit on that. And this is going to all come full circle. So just hang with me because if we don't share these vulnerable moments, because again, it doesn't matter where you are, what you've done, you're going to have these moments where there's like doubt, there's scarcity around your success, what you're capable of, whatever it is, right? The word no, you're going to get told no a million times, and that's just the way it is. And if you want to overcome this bit and work this business, you're going to have to get good at hearing no and starting over and over and doing it over and over again. Um, so really quickly, I want to like, do you want to piggyback on that, Michelle?
Yeah, I was going to just jump in because you were mentioning that. So I'm just going to kind of give a quick little rundown about how I ended up here because it has a lot to do with what she's talking about. So, for those that don't know, I've been in the network marketing space since 2009, and I'm going to share how that started because it's really important to me now to for people to get it. So, I had joined Pampered Chef with a friend because I didn't want to go back to work because I had a newborn, and we went to her upline's house, and she was having some ladies over, and it was like six of us, and these women were all sitting in their living room, and they were telling the story. One of them was talking about how they were going on this vacation, and she was paying for the car, and she was starting to pay the mortgage, and I was like, "This is what I want. I want this. I know that if they can do it, I can do it." And this is how many years ago. And along the journey, I've been with some other companies, and I was with Green Compass as well. And I joined Green Compass after I wrote off network marketing. I said, I'm done. I can't get where I want to get. And I found somebody that was talking about the income and all the things. So I joined it thinking this was going to be my chance of having that life that woman was telling me about. And it didn't really turn out to be that way comp wise. And I just was still unable to build. So last summer, I jumped into a different space with a different kind of network marketing company, very different than anything I've ever done. And there was a lot of red flags from the beginning, but I kept ignoring them and pushing them away. And so when that was in August, and over the months, things have transpired, and it's had gotten to the point that I was really kind of like starting to wonder if I was in the right place. But at that point was kind of like, what do I do? Now I've built a team. So anyway, when Tabitha presented Atmosphere to me, I was like, absolutely not. I'll be your customer. I'm not joining your team. I want nothing to do with this. And I looked at the comp. She was like, yeah, but I think you just want to hear this, just check it out. So after she did, I said, okay, maybe you're right. And I took it on, right? And at that time, I said, I'm not going to do much with this, just so you know. The other company is my full time. Like, this is not, don't expect much from me. And she said, that's whatever you want. But then I started using the products, and I know people were joining with kits, and I was like, okay, this is going to be great, right? And at Green Compass and at my other companies, I've always been great at retailing. I can sell product, but I was never able to really build a team that could build a solid foundation. So I was like, I had this great list of customers for April for when we launched. And I'm thinking at this point, okay, I'm just going to do both companies. Like I can do that. That's great. So we launched in April, and I couldn't sell anything. I could not get a single person to buy that said that they were going to buy when we launched. Everybody went back on their word. Nobody wanted to buy. Was it April that I had no sales? Yes, right? I think I had not a single customer. I got my first customer in May. I had one customer. And so when that happened, I said to Tabitha, I said, you know what? I said, I know that I was working towards, I was starting to kind of maybe do both. I'm like, I can't do it here. Like this place is not going to be where I'm going to be able to grow, right? And I'm like, I got to go full force with the first business I was telling you about. And but then I don't think paper stuff was easier at all. I didn't do well there. All I did was have a really expensive kitchen. I mean, none of it's easier. It's all the same. It's all going to be based upon showing up, dealing with the nose, pushing past the nose, and what you're passionate about. I wasn't passionate about kitchenware. I loved it. Um, Kim, what? Oh yeah. I mean, some people love it. Oh, did you do Pampered Chef? I loved Pampered Chef, but it wasn't my passion. I couldn't go get people to like, I just. So anyway, so I had basically decided that June that I was stepping back from Atmosphere in a sense. I wasn't going to be talking about it. I was going to go full force with my other company. And yeah, I mean, my kitchen was full. I literally still have stuff, and this was from 2009. I still have things from this. I mean, it's a great product. Um, and so, but so in June, I accidentally had a few customers. I had, I don't know, 12, 3 big packs or whatever I had, like $1,200 in sales, which I was like, okay, great. But was still very much like, that's not going to be my focus. And then July 1st came, and I heard about the charter affiliate opportunity. And I realized that this opportunity is basically my dream come true. Like being a part of the foundational affiliate opportunity was huge for me. That was why I jumped in, the huge reason why I did it. I've always wanted to be a part of a company from the start. But when they talked about the charter affiliate opportunity, I was like Tabitha said, this is a terrifying goal. This is hard. This is going to be so hard. I know that I can do it. I know that I can. And that I'm telling you this because I want to paint the picture of what's possible, like what this is actually going to become, and why people that are saying no may not always say no. Because at this point, like I'm running for this. I'm running for this for the next 2 months. This is my focus. Blinders on. I'm still going to support my team at the other company. I am not recruiting for that company. I am not blasting about it on social media, nothing like that. And I want you to remember people that say no, go back to them. People that may be business minded, like I'm just trying to like I guess paint the picture of what this really is, what the potential is here, and that you never know what someone's why they say no. You don't know what's going to make them shift. I'm just rambling now, so
No,
I'm going to
you're
stop
fine.
talking. But
I think the no, the thing of it is like the no, if you stop showing up, this is the kicker. If you stop showing up, they'll never
hmm
say yes.
uh-huh, right,
But if you keep
the on and
going,
off.
doing the
hmm
things and showing up day in and day out, and you're still a raving fan and you're shouting this from the rooftops. And Christy Hucks even shared last night on our charter affiliate call that, she had no experience when she came into Beauty Counter, and it was a very lofty goal. I don't know what the goal was. Michelle listened to that, but it was a lofty goal that she took on and she hit it and she had no experience. And so my point in saying all of this is like we have so much in common, all of us. Doesn't matter. We have so much in common, but the common ground is where we want to get and what
hmm
we want to do together. And I truly believe that this community is, and I've been sharing this because this is something, in a rebuilding phase. Okay. I'm rebuilding my entire business. I have lost 90% of anything that I built with my last company. And I'm not like bitter about it. I'm just more clear and like, all right, let's do this and let's build something even better. And not because of numbers and not because of ranks, but because of just those of us that are coming together to do this in a different capacity and maybe from a different light, right? Like our lens is different. My lens is different than it was when I built with my last company. I've had different experiences and I maybe have strengthened in some ways and maybe I'm softer in some ways because of what's happened, but anyway, and you guys the same with whatever it is that your story is. And so um I just want to remind you of that. And also the bottom line is the people that are buying these products are absolutely genuinely in love with them. And I think that right there is like if you can just get people to use them, because people don't think they need something, just like at Pampered Chef. People don't think they need something until they show up at your house at the party and then you're showing all of like I've been to so many parties where I'm like, I'm not buying anything. I'm just going because I'm just going to support them, but I'm not going to buy. Well, yeah, you are. You're going to buy because you end up loving what they're showing. And it's like, why wouldn't I want that? Because it's helpful in my life or whatever. And same thing with just clean products. And there's so many ways to educate on this. And so, anyway, so I kind of want to talk about a little bit about commitment and consistency because that's the backbone of this, but it's more of like, what's your goal? And everybody's goal is going to be different. So I don't expect you to have the same goal as me. I'm doing this full time. Michelle's doing this full time. We don't expect you to have the same goal. I expect you to have the goal that feels right for you, that feels a little bit challenging, that stretches you, but also gives you a fire to work and to do the things. Because I talked to Christy today, and one of the things we said was, if you're comfortable, there's no fire. So if you're sitting there comfortable right now, it's hard to have, just like I was with one foot in and one foot out. I'm comfortable, kind of like I'm not stretching myself. I'm just here. And now that I'm a little uncomfortable, because I'm like, all right, they put this goal in my face and I want to do this. And so I'm running for it and I'm really stretched. And now I have a fire under me because if we don't have that, then it's going to be hard to stay consistent. So you need to find that for you, and none of us can give that to you. It's just, what does that look like? And I think that, and I'm happy to help you all set a goal. I had a call with Kim and yesterday, and we set a goal for her. Um, something that was reachable, but yet um, stayed within her, like with her health, just something that wasn't going to be too much of a stretch. Um, so with that being said, I want you guys to think of a goal and you can put it in the chat. Okay, I would love to just hear, this is a safe space. You can share whatever. I would love to know how many affiliates you want to enroll this month and what you want to achieve as far as sales goes. Okay, we know that 750 by the 15th is, you're going to get a $75 bonus and you're going to get the commission on top of that. Okay, so that's a really, in my opinion, a very reasonable goal, because if you sell 3 bundles, isn't that seven? What's that equal? Okay, so 3 bundles and you're there. And that might seem hard, but it's really not if you're Jersey. If you're going to get out there and share it and do a multitude of things. Okay. So I would love to know in the chat what that looks like for you. Again, no judgment. If you don't really know what that is, then I would encourage you to dig deeper into what that would look like and what you want to do with this, because anything is possible. And I do think that, like, I'm very confident that in 6 months to a year, so many people are going to know about climate curated products, and there's going to be a lot more awareness around it, and we're going to be here from the get-go. Um, okay, so with that being said, so I'm going to move on to conversations and talking to people, but then we're going to come back to this because I want to kind of talk more about breaking this down once you guys get your goals in the chat, and then Michelle, you can throw in anything that I've forgotten to say. So conversations, it's like I kind of shared in the chat today, but it's like I find that a lot of people, and again, this is just coming from experience. I feel like I do have a strength for conversations and closing people. And that comes with you finding out what they need. And Michelle and I had this conversation. It was really helpful for me to like process, okay, this is something that I think we could help the team, because Michelle was like, I'm kind of feeling like my conversations are just kind of like, I don't know how she worded it, but like kind of not evolving in the way. And I'm like, okay, identify the problem. And so if you're talking to someone and they're like, you want to find out, is it redness? Is it fine lines? Is it extreme dryness? Like, do they have a current skincare routine? If they do, is there a gap in their current skincare routine where they feel like they could add a product? Because what I'm saying to a lot of people is like, okay, is there a product? Is there something you feel like is missing from your current routine? Are you like obsessed and in love with your current routine? Are you getting results? Do you feel like it's giving you the skin that you want? Now, how many people do you think are feeling that way? I would say half, maybe. I don't know. So regardless, there's probably going to be a gap where they're just like, I'm getting older. I've noticed this. I've struggled with this. I would love to resolve this. Okay. Now, when you find the thing that, and you've got to dig for it. This isn't pressuring, this isn't to nitpick. If this is our business and we are going to deliver these products to people and get these in the hands of people and solve a problem. And we're not always solving a problem, but we're improving a problem. And if we're going to do that, we have to ask the questions so we can dig deeper, so that then we can, because we're the expert. No matter how much experience you have, you're the expert because you know more than the person you're talking to about these products. That makes you an expert compared to them. Then we can tell them confidently. It's like, okay, if someone's like, all right, I have pigmentation, I have sunspots, I have a little bit of redness. Okay, perfect. The Brighten Complex triple vitamin C serum is going to be a game changer for you. I think that you're going to see a difference. It has a slight citrus scent. I love it. It's so moisturizing and nourishing, but people are having really great results with just it brightening certain areas. At minimum, I know for a fact that this is going to help you. At minimum, that's what I would recommend. Now, so then they're like, okay, cool. Or maybe you share a before and after picture that we have. I think that when they feel your energy and your excitement about the products and your confidence, and then you back it with a before and after, because we're not supposed to share before and afters, just by the way. Did you guys hear that on the call? Like, I don't know which call, but so anyway, there's that. I mean, do what you will with that, but I'm trying not to share them publicly, but in conversation, I'm like, look, here's like there's that Rachel that Emily Ritzer is friends with, and she has those 11s, and they're like in 3 weeks, it's like they're diminished. So for the people that I'm talking about with fine lines, I'm like, check this out. Like this is what these products can do. Anyway, so then if I have the solution and they're like, okay, that sounds great. Like, and I back it with a before and after, maybe. That's just an idea. You don't have to. I'm just throwing things out that I might do. And then I say something like, are you open to, are you open to, a cleanser? Are you open to, a couple products from the line? Because I do think you're going to notice a bigger difference if you're going to amplify, with something else. I could make another recommendation, but I just want to meet you where you are. Like, what does that look like? And if you ask those questions, and I'll ask them, what's your price point? What's your budget? If you tell me what you're willing to invest, because we do have a bundle, it's 10% off and it's free shipping. You get all four products, and here's the products you get. And I list them. And I don't really talk. I mean, of course, then I might ask, like, which state they're in. If it's vitamin C, then it really doesn't matter. But, kind of just pinpointing. And then it's like, if you're able to find out, like, okay, I'm in, they're in North Carolina. Okay, cool. Well, now I'm going to educate on the climate aspect of things just a little bit. And I'm going to share that people are noticing a big difference when they actually support their skin in a climate approach. Um, so I hope that's helpful. The only way to get good at conversations is to have them over and over again. And if you are somebody you need to ask yourself, am I having conversations? If the answer is no, then then you need to have them. If you're having a multitude of conversations, and for me right now, it's a lot of conversations that I'm having because of this goal that I have. Like I've got to get in front of people in a multitude of ways if I want to reach my goal and grow this and get more people involved and share it. But that's of course going to be dependent on your goals. And so I think that, something Michelle and I have been talking about is like before our head hits the pillow, like, okay, did I do the 5 messages that I wanted? And it doesn't have to be like, I don't expect you to just be mass messaging people and going crazy, but it's just a matter of consistent funneling conversations. And what does that look like? And are you stretching yourself to have the conversations? Um, are you sending a sample? Are you stopping by so and so's house and being like, please just try these products. I would love for you to experience them. You're going to notice a difference after one use. Those are the things where people want to know. People want something that's effective. They want something that's clean. And they want something that you believe in, that you're seeing a difference in, and that you've been consistently sharing about, and that's going to solve a problem for them. And all of these products do that. Um, and so anything you want to say, Michelle? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say about the consistency because I noticed that Kim was saying, that that's one of her downfalls, and I think that that's everyone's downfall, honestly. But that is the missing piece because when life happens and it's like I fell off track, you're basically starting over every time. And so that consistency is key, and you've got to get that tough skin like Tabitha said, to get through those no's. That's why there's that book. I think it might be Gary Vee or somebody, The Go for No.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not
Yeah.
Gary Vee.
It's not
Um,
Gary Vee, but yeah.
it's not. Yeah. Um, so so that's a good conversation to lead into, well, maybe becoming an affiliate would be a good start for her. Maybe she can start with just the cleanser, right? So remember that. Like we
Yeah.
also are offering an income opportunity, and people don't have to come in with the kit. Just get the cleanser in her hands. She can get a cleanser for what, $50. It's going to last her 4 to 6 months. She's going to fall in love with it. know, and then she's going to start telling people. And then when she starts telling people, you can say, well, if you become an affiliate, then you can make some money and then you can pay, your products will be covered and you'll make a little extra. You know, it's just going to be,
Yeah.
Kim, I would really suggest just get it. If you, did you like doing the Pampered Chef parties in home? Because if that's the case, I would just go do some face wash, whatever you want to call it, like a little, what were you saying,
Yeah.
Tabitha, like a little jammy
Like a
night?
face-
Like
Yeah, like PJ's in
ladies love that stuff.
night or something like that. And I'm throwing
Yeah.
together an event that I'm doing Monday night, and it's literally like I planned it today. So I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to like be like, oh, I need to wait to see if I can do it, and like just throw it together and go for it, and take the time to invite the people, and just set a goal. Like I'm gonna get 3 people here. I'm gonna get 5 people here, and whatever that looks like, and you'll be surprised as to how many people just like want to support you and show up. Um, but okay, so 7:50 before the video. Okay, so sorry, I wanted to touch on. Oh, okay. The other thing is I did stories about the cleanser specifically just a while ago before this call. If you guys want to watch those just for inspiration, just might be helpful. I tried to just share a common ground because if we can just start people on the cleanser, like Michelle said, people are going to like I had the reorder I had today, the moisturizer. She had bought the I forget, she had bought the cleanser and she had bought the SPF, I think. And she's loving them so much. And all I said today was, "Hey, how are you liking your products? I love them." Okay, awesome. Like, I know, aren't they so good? She's like, "Yes, I feel blah, 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 blah." And then I said, "Let me know if you want to incorporate anything else into your routine, like if you want to add something." And she goes, "I'm thinking about adding the moisturizer." And I'm like, "Yes, you totally should." I like the humid. I would do that one, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, "Here's the link to that specific product." And she's like, "I was just about to ask for the link." And then she ordered it within seconds. And now that's not like a real, that's not going to happen all the time. She was like the easiest client ever. But like if people love it and they want it and they're going to order the next thing that you recommend, especially if they're in need for it. And a lot of people I'm finding they're like, "Well, I have too many products like already, or I'm using up my stuff." Okay, that's fine. Write their name down and in 30 days, come back to them. "Hey, how are you? I just wanted to reach out. Is now a better time for you to try these products?" Like you're going to love them. And guess what? If you've been showing up and sharing and talking about it, and I'm not talking about just stock photos, like no judgment, but stock photos, people will just scroll on by. They want to see your face. They want to see Sheila's jumping on. They want to see um okay, and it's 7:30, it's 8:30 right now. If anybody, I'm not you're welcome to stay on here. We're going to talk a little bit more, but if you have any interest in getting on the Zoom with Lindsay, that's starting now. Um, but I don't even know what I was saying, dang it. Anyway, you knew where I was going with whatever I was. Um, okay. So keep showing up, keep sharing, put an event together, go out of your comfort zone, just have a get together. It's the simplest thing. Buy a veggie tray, make your own. I mean, not, it's chips and salsa. Like it could literally be anything that you want.
Can I say something? I just want
Yeah.
to say that about the home parties is, and I know that 2020 is now 6 years ago, but I still think that coming together piece is still something that people are really enjoying. They love the community, especially women. I mean, that's not, it's not like a sexist thing to say. That is true. Women love to come together, whether it's the end of the week or a Thursday night or a Sunday morning. You know, ladies' night at my house, we can all chat and catch up. We can wear our PJs. We can, you know, if you guys are drinkers, have mimosas, whatever. But women love that. Right, they're missing the connection and they love getting facials. I mean, this is something that I feel like, Kim, I think that if you step out of your comfort zone and do home parties, you will blow Pampered Chef's mind, honestly, because this is something that women are using. Women are washing their face. Women are aging. They, you know, I mean, that's my
I
take.
mean, Kim, you blew it up. Like you crushed Pampered Chef, and you told me all about that. And I think it's so cool. And that experience is not for nothing. Like you could totally do this. I think the shift a little bit, and this is where I think people sometimes won't say yes to this business because skincare is a little bit more like intimate. You know, it's a little bit up in your business, right? Like people have to like take off their makeup and they have to wash their face and they have to, and some people are just like I don't know, where pamper, I mean, the only difference is like you're selling things to use in the kitchen versus use on your skin. But to me, this is also more, I don't know,
Personal.
impactful.
It's
Yeah,
more, it's
personal
more
and impactful in a way for your health. And that's where this, it has so many avenues to share about. Like I wrote this down yesterday when I was thinking about posts and content. I'm like, okay, this is a certain niche. This is a specific niche of skincare. Nobody has it. Okay, that's one post. This is a specific niche of skincare. We're protecting the skin barrier and we are talking about climate curated products and that approach to skincare. Okay. Then I wrote, so for me, I wanted to share the fact that, and I know Christy and Katya, so that was a big drive for me to come here because they have experience. They're very smart in business. They have lost businesses and I know what that's like now. And they are coming from a point of, and I'm not expecting you guys to share this. I'm just saying that wherever this hits you, it's like there's so many varieties of things. But for me, it's like the fact that they're starting this business from the get-go with the approach of we will not, we will not rip this out from underneath you. And anyway, so that's beside the point. But I could talk a lot about that. Or maybe you just are like the community aspect of things is really important to you and you want to build a community. For me, I love the community aspect and I want women to come into this and I want them to feel like they can succeed, that they're welcome here, that no matter what their goals are, that they can be here and they don't have to sell, they don't have to do all this. They can just be here until they're ready to move the needle, right? So there's just so many different things that you can touch on. And then you have the clean aspect and the Credo standards, which we can't technically say yet that we're Credo standards. What did Allie say about that yesterday, Michelle? I asked her, are we Credo standard? No,
She
not
said
yet.
no, but there's information. One of the pamphlets in the back office, it says Credo right on it. So I don't know if it's
Okay.
just not official yet,
Okay.
but if we're
So
going to get those PDFs,
we're working towards that, but so it's like that's above the UK standard. So like coming from a safety, you care about what you put on your body. People are slathering CeraVe on their face because the dermatologist is recommending it. And again, I'm not trying to be judgmental or anything like that, but that's, excuse me, not great on the skin barrier. And so as we continue to evolve and learn more, and I highly suggest you guys just plug in. And for me, I've not been super plugged in. I've been half in and half out. And I'm really wanting to educate my own self on the products. With and then educate my own self on the like skin barrier aspect of things because when we know more we share more and when in my last skincare company the thing that I felt like people jumped at is when and you don't have to be an expert you don't have to know everything but when you know certain nuggets about each product and why they would use this why they would choose it what ingredient is going to serve and support the skin and that's just a few ingredients per product. That's not like you have to know the whole list. It's just a couple key ingredients that are going to stand out to them, that is going to make them be like, okay, it matters what I put on my skin, and I should be feeding my skin with nutrition, essentially, with nutritive ingredients that are going to actually do something for me, right? Instead of just sitting on top of the skin and not really doing anything. And we'll learn that together because as they continue to bring out, education and Caitlin does different things, we're gonna evolve, which is really fun. And another thing, one of my favorite things is that no matter what, we get to be the first to share this and we get to build this brand. And if we don't, how special is it that we get the honor to actually build this brand? But we won't build it. It won't evolve in the way that it can if we don't talk about it and if we don't share it and continuously like just be excited about the simplicity of 8 products, 9 with the SPF and how they're helping women. I know a gal who's knee deep in that, and I would love to get her on board with this. So a lot of that community is with Atmosphera. Um, so this is better than Beauty Counter Standards. I know that because Christy came from Beauty Counter. I know this is better than Beauty Counter as far as their standards. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. I can't compare that. I can't nitpick and compare it. I just know that coming from a business standpoint of view, they don't have what we have. They don't have and I think that's the other thing is like, if you compare numbers, and which I'm not doing because that's out of my league, is like comparing comp plans and stuff. That's not, but we have people that have done that. And our comp plan guy has done that with a lot of different brands. And they did that when they came up with this comp plan. And this one was superior by far. And I couldn't give you figures, I couldn't give you numbers and what that looks like. But I think coming from a business standpoint, if people really looked at this brand and they looked at what we're doing and they had any interest in clean products and taking care of their own skin, they would look at this and be like, this is in 3 to 5 years, 2 to 3 years, whatever, 1 to 3 years, this is going to be very well known. And as we continue to evolve, something else that I learned with my other skincare brand is as we evolve and we get more products, which I'm cool with the fact that we just have what we have, because when you have all these products, it's just like, this is simple. It's like, pick your climate, you got a couple add-ons. I think the simplicity is awesome. However, when they start to evolve and they start to bring some of these products from Canada, I've not even paid attention to what Canada has to offer and what we don't, to be honest, because it doesn't matter because we don't have it. So it doesn't really matter. But as we evolve, people, if you get people on this line, they will 100% order anything the Atmosphere releases because they will just love it that much. And then it's just a no-brainer. And then on launch days, you have these clients that will just order because they don't care because they want it and they love it. And if whether that's a body product, which I hope that we get, stuff like that, that's just going to be very well received because people are going to start to learn about this quality of this product, that it's top tier and that it's elevated. And that's another terminology that I use, that I feel like this skincare is just elevated. And I feel like the price point is reasonable. And I know that it seems pricey for some people, and you're going to get the cost objection, and that's just the way it is. There's no way around it. You're going to get a cost objection with whatever you decide to sell. People have to be ready. They have to see the value in it, and you have to be able to share with them that this is going to help their need, whatever that gap is that we talked about earlier. And that's why just start with the cleanser. If I could offer you any advice, and I'm telling this to like, not telling this to you guys, I'm saying to like my audience, like if I could just say, hey, try this cleanser. It's the most versatile product. Your entire family can use it. I went out of town 2 different times in the last month and a half, and I used it as a body wash. And they use it in Canada as a body wash. Like Caitlin says, they have like a jug of it, right? And it's not cost effective to use as a body wash, probably. But I'm just saying, as a travel aspect of things, it was so nice because I just used it, on my pits and everywhere, and it was great. And so it just makes for a really versatile product, and the teens can use it. My husband uses it. And I think that's just awesome. So, and it's like pennies probably if you broke it down with 6 months. Like I don't even know what the cost would be, but $52 divided by whatever. You guys can do the math, and that's something you could share. Um, okay. So anything else that I forgot, Michelle? Oh, we were going to talk really quick about the goals, really fast. Um, so I think, okay, so I would love for anybody who wants to reach a specific goal. I want you guys to feel supported. I want you guys to feel like we're doing this together. And that will be that something that will be helpful too is if you guys are like, okay, like talk to me, communicate with me or your upline or whoever will help you anyone would help you on our team. But it's like, what do you have in place? Like, what does it look like for you taking action? Because then you can kind of see, like for me, okay, we're hitting 10,000 this month as a team. I'm just putting it out there. If we hit 10,000 this month as a team, which we've already done before, but we didn't hit it last month. We were like 2,200 short. I think we were like 7,600-ish. Okay. So we were like a little short, 2,400 short. So I know we can hit it because we've done it twice now. We've hit partner as a team twice. So we're going to hit that this month. I know it. Next month, we have to hit 25,000. In order to hit 25,000, if I'm being really honest, um, the new people that I bring in, I need to help them grow. I need to help you guys grow. This isn't just a me thing. This is us all working together for the greater goal of just getting these products out there and then you guys growing and it just being, kind of a ripple effect. And so with that goal in mind, and again, your goals are going to be different. And I'm only sharing this because it's just my truth and what I'm doing, but my action has to be pretty solid in order to achieve that. Because I think the highest we've done was 16,000 as a team. And that was like right
But
after
if,
launch.
I mean, my partner was going to bring all of that up too.
True. So Michelle's goal is partner, which is 10,000. So she's going to have that much volume of our team. And any of you can hit partner. Any of you can run for any of this. This isn't like a you have to whatever. This is like a you draw a line in the sand and you're like, I'm doing this and I'm going for it. And some days you're not going to feel like it, but you know the reason behind the goal. And I told Michelle this yesterday. I said, when you hit partner, do you know how that's going to feel? Like, do you know how that's going to feel when you've had this goal for all these years in your network marketing journey and you hit it because you set out to do it and you did the things and it's 100% doable for anybody? It's a matter of what grit do you have and the thick skin and just trying different things. Like for me, like I'm like, all right, I'm going to do an event Tuesday or Monday. And I'm like trying to strategically do that because I need 750. I don't need it, but I want to hit 750 by Wednesday night. Because if I'm not leading from the front and hitting 750, which I'm at $62, if you want to know the truth, okay. $62 is my personal sales right now, all right? We got to start somewhere, every one of us. And if I don't show up and I don't hit the 750 and bust my butt, then what are you guys like? Who am I? What am I? Like I want to be in there in the trenches with you guys doing this. And so, anyway, please like message me if you guys are feeling like you need support. You want like a little bit of a one-on-one guidance of like, okay, what can I do? Because most of it is just going to be like, let's see what action we need to take. What do we need? Who are we talking to? Who can we get on the phone with? And all of that. Exactly. Yes,
You can
100%.
because women are willing to spend money on skincare. I
Yep.
mean, they are dropping money. So just keep having conversations.
And you have to remember that a lot of people don't know what to use. There's so many products out there now compared to when you did Pampered Chef, compared to when I did my previous businesses. When I did my last skincare business, I feel like we were like us and Beauty Counter were like pretty much, and we were better than Beauty Counter as far as standards go. Like there wasn't a lot of brands. There wasn't much out there. So it was kind of like, okay, well, I'll do this because, I was sharing it. But now there's more brands, but and only say that because as the industry changes and things evolve, but now here we are and we're not only clean and we're above UK standards because I don't care what I mean, UK standards is just thrown around so much these days that like it's white noise, okay, if it's UK standards. And I'm not being negative because their standards are above the US, but we're above that. But then you take the climate aspect of things and you take Caitlin's knowledge and you take her esthetician, which is way over my head of just all of that, but her working with skin for the last 10 years and her thoughtfully putting so much into every product in the detail. People care about that. But they don't care about it if they don't know about it. And they don't care about it if we aren't educating why this is different and why it's almost like, hey, I just want you to look at this. Like, would you just be willing to look at this? The founder's incredible. Her knowledge about skincare, her experience with skincare. She designed these products, for this, that, the other. And now, like, they're here and people are getting really awesome results. Has anyone told you about Atmosphere yet? That's it. And if they and some people are going to ghost you. I had two people comment on my reel saying, "I want information." And guess what? I sent them a voice clip. And I feel like I'm a pretty like likable person. And I messaged him and I was like, hey, listen here, I'd love to share this with you. And I sent like a 2-minute voice clip, just very quick, my heart nuggets about it. And guess what? They ghosted me. And it's fine. I don't care. Like they need this. I don't need them necessarily, but they need this and they should try it. But maybe they were busy when they opened it. I'm not going to overthink it. But my point is, you can have someone come and actually ask you for information and then you give it to them and they don't respond. And it's kind of like, but you came to me. But sometimes we have to seek them out because there's someone, the people that oftentimes will do it more so than the people that are reaching out to you or the people that you don't think are going to do this or they have no interest and they do. You just haven't asked them yet. Okay.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
I don't know if everybody was on the charter affiliate call last night, but I just wanted to share something that Christy shared, and that was it at Beauty Counter? It was. When she went to Beauty Counter, she didn't have experience in network marketing, and they had something similar to this program, the charter affiliate program that they were going to start. So she joined in July, middle of July, and so she had nothing to build with, like she's no idea what she's doing. And she had to do the equivalent of what we're doing here. So she had to but in August and September. So she had to get 10,000 or so in volume that next month with I think it was 10 people advocates signing up. And she did it. A brand new, no experience person came in and did that. And that should tell and that should tell all of us something. If we all can do whatever, not that I'm saying everybody wants to become a charter affiliate, but whatever your goal is, if somebody brand new with no experience can walk in and just take it over, it's just how willing are you to stay consistent, to work through the nose and to not let your excuses win, that you're tired or you did too much or you're busy. That's all.
Absolutely. So I would set a goal. I'm reading through your guys' goals and I love this so much. And I'm so grateful that you guys chose to be on here tonight to just do this with us. And we're going to do an opportunity call next week. So Michelle and I will lead that. If anybody feels led to do anything or has an idea or is like, what if we did this or this would be fun for the team? I love like coming together and collaborating. So please just holler anytime you have ideas or you want to co-run like if you're like, ooh, I'd love to do this. These goals are great, and I'm gonna be in touch with you guys, and please reach out to me too if you're just like, okay, help me or whatever. But we're doing the opportunity call next week, and then the following week we'll do a team call, and then the 30th will be an opportunity call. So we're just gonna stagger it. Now, this isn't always gonna probably be the same, but we want to really like we want to put out a lot of noise about Atmosphere this month, and really just kickstart some things, which people are already hearing about it, but really just be consistent. And we think working closely together will be so helpful for that. Um, okay. Anything else, anybody? Okay, I'll help you, Kim. I got you. Kim Harville, that is. Um, but we'll be in touch. I'm trying to think. I'll share anything I know Lindsay Petty said that they're going to start doing some lives too in the PAC Facebook group, which will be nice because calls are oftentimes hard for some people to get on. So a live, just like a 10-minute live of like that training the other night, if you didn't listen about the girl that did the conversations, she kind of really honed in on that and she's funny. She's pretty witty. And anyway, there's just a lot of different resources for us. We just have to but the biggest thing is I would suggest thinking about your income producing activities and making sure you have some sort of an event on the calendar this month. Something just simple and something that's in place because if you're doing all the social media stuff and you're having conversations and you have an event in place, all of that is going to compound and it's going to make you have an even better month next month as all these seeds that you've planted have decided to start to bloom. All right. I think we got it all. Yeah? Anything? Okay. All right. I will post this recording. We will be in touch, and I'm really excited for you guys to just share anything in the chat, just to share your wins in there. I don't care if it's someone is interested. It doesn't have to be a sale. It could be anything that you feel like you're just moving the needle forward. And then don't forget if you order your own personal business this month to do the $50 cash thing, which we're keeping track of. So, Okay, thank you all so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.